bringing you news, politics, and whatever else tickles my fancy. Welcome to the Ho Ho Show, and I'm your host, Ho Ho. Coming at you live from the attic on the Ho Ho Show. And of course, I am your host, Ho Ho. That's right. All right, guys, this is definitely going to be nothing more than a fancy tickling episode. This is the Dresden edition. That's right. Harry Dresden and the Dresden Files. Amazing not TV series. Not yet.
We wish it was.
We totally wish it was. And I am joined today in studio with a very special guest, friend, former roommate, amazing overall good guy, host of Pheonix Radio, John. How you doing today?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right. This is going to be fun. This is one of them episodes that we've been wanting to do for a while, and just something we're wanting to talk about. If you guys are unaware, the Dresden Files is a book that was written by Jim Butcher.
Correct. Yes.
Yes, and he is a wizard. There's not that. I mean, this is definitely not the whole Harry Potter thing. There isn't a school related
this is
into
not Harry Potter whatsoever.
Not at all. And I mean, truth be told, whenever you first told me about these books, because the only reason why I got into them was because of you. And I definitely, I was expecting something totally different than what I got.
And I got in them because my boyfriend suggested them, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, hooked from the first book.
Right. Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, I got on the Kindle, and I downloaded the, excuse me, I got, the first book, second book, third book, fourth book, and then I got like halfway through the fifth book before I went into Audible and started listening from Audible. So, I mean, I have every one of the books, all 15 of them on Audible. I've listened to each one of those twice, and I'm going on a third playthrough with them now. And I have also done, both of his collections, working with Bigfoot and what's the
Side
other
Jobs.
One? Yeah, Side Jobs. That's the other one. And so, yes, also, sorry guys. Also, you guys, if you want to call in the, from the Harry Dresden universe, and you want to throw some ideas in here of what we're going to be talking about, the call-in number, as always, 217-917-4405, and you can also email me through my website. That is hoho@thehohoshow.com. Follow me on Twitter, whatever that is, Ho Ho Show. Yeah, at Ho Ho Show. I'm on Tumblr. I'm on Facebook, which is at jared.the.hoho.show. I hate that. I really need to find a way to shorten that thing out. That's a mouthful. Man. Oh, yeah. You know what else? Never mind. I'm not even going to go there this time.
Not going there.
I did that last time. Having nothing but fun. But all right, one of the things we was wanting to, kind of go over, it's like both of us have like the same. It would be absolutely amazing for them to do and I'm thinking like a Game of Thrones type of a thing.
Because like Netflix could even pick this up and make it an original series. They did try at one point in time to make it a series on sci-fi, but it was horrible.
Well, that was one of the things that I had heard too, that they kind of wanted, or at least tried to do it in such a way that they wasn't giving honor to the original book and the original series.
Absolutely
and whatnot.
not. Even just the cast was just so downright horrible. That alone discouraged me from watching it, and it doesn't even follow the storyline of the books. It's just kind of its own thing. Right.
And I mean, how are you supposed to get a fan base from a book if you're not even going to honor the book in doing a series? I mean, that just that makes no sense to me. I mean, you're setting yourself up for failure. So I mean, if they were to do like it, and I mean like a Game of Thrones style thing, in the aspect of, because Game of Thrones does it, you got 10 episodes, and granted they cram a lot of stuff, character development, the whole 9 yards, and they make it detailed, They include everything into it. Well, I mean, maybe not everything. I mean, there is definitely stuff that they leave out. But, I mean, really, as far as a book-related TV series goes,
I am definitely one of those people that, reads the book and watches the TV series. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I like the TV show of Game of Thrones better than the books. The books just got a little too wordy and carrying on about stuff that didn't really matter, too great a detail into some random shit, and I'm like, all right, let's just get on with what's actually going on.
Right. And a lot of times, and that's with like Stephen King's It, for instance, considering that thing's all over the news and whatnot. Did you know that It has now surpassed the highest grossing horror film?
I did not.
Yes, they have finally surpassed that level. Yes, that peaked amazing. Well, not peaked, but they crossed that threshold. So I thought that was
Very
pretty
nice.
stinking amazing. Yeah, but like with that book was holy shit.
That is one of his works I have not yet read.
Don't.
Well,
if you have that issue with Game of Thrones, with it being too wordy and too much detail, the book is like yay thick. I mean, there are Bibles.
Holy shit.
Right? I mean, he packs a lot of information into that book. I mean, it is so much story.
It is just one more that ties into the Dark Tower. That was going to be my only reason for reading it.
Right.
It's just one more of the little things that goes with that. But
yeah, it truly is. I mean, it's a good book, don't get me wrong, but he kills you with details. It's just...
that's what George R.R. Martin does.
Yeah. But with this one, that's one of the things that, with Game of Thrones, there is one of the books that I was getting through, and, that's one of them aspects of, or at least an aspect of, the mother of dragons and her husband.
Daenerys Stormborn.
Yes, and who was her husband?
Khal Drogo?
Yes, Khal Drogo. That was one of them aspects that their relationship in the movie, was different than how they portrayed it. Or it was different in the books than how they portrayed it in the movies.
Absolutely.
There
are a lot of differences, and I'm usually one of those people that'll get really pissed off if it doesn't follow the book exactly, but with Game of Thrones, I'm like, all right, I kind of like what you're doing better here than, yeah.
Right. That's about the only thing that I've really, that I even picked up on that they really changed on that was that, and that's about the extent of it. Other than that, I really haven't watched a lot of haven't read a lot of Game of Thrones, and that's about as far as into it with the book series that I've gotten.
I read all 1 through 4, and I got halfway through 5, and I kind of got a little bored and sidetracked with 5, so I got distracted. So as of like the last 2 seasons, I don't know if that follows the book exactly, but the previous ones were very, very close in a lot of aspects. Differences, but still like they hit the major events.
Right. But that's an aspect of what I would love to see them do with the Dresden Files is keep a lot of that information in there because, it is important to the history of Dresden and where he comes from. Exactly. There's a lot of things that, if you took a lot of it out of that, you would really lose a lot of, I guess in a matter of speaking, you'd
lose the whole story.
Yeah, and you'd lose a lot of the love you would have for the characters if you took that out of it.
And that's the thing with this series is how attached you become to the characters and how much love you have for each one of them.
Exactly.
And the hatred you have for the ones you don't like.
Oh, yeah. And that's one of them things, too. Like, I was reading Side Jobs, and there's one of them things that there's a couple stories in there that, one of them is a story that's being told basically through the eyes of Karen Murphy, and this was after, okay, guys, I'm going to let you know, I'm going to be throwing some spoilers in here.
Definitely going to be spoilers.
So here's your warning on some spoiler alerts, okay? Sorry. It can't be helped. But this is like with, ADD moment, the train left the station. Hold on, let it. Come on back. Okay, here we go. All right. I love ADD. So, anywho, in Side Jobs, and this was the book that was done in there that was told from the point of view of Karen Murphy, and this took place after he died.
Oh,
yes. And that was one of them things that I thought was totally awesome. And, because you're seeing it from her eyes and just who Harry was to people, and that's like, holy shit, because like you don't realize that just going through the books,
because the books are told from his perspective and his point of view.
Exactly. So I mean, actually getting an idea and getting a taste of the story of and just describing Dresden and who he was from somebody else's point of view.
I probably would have cried.
Oh,
Side Jobs,
dude.
I have not read yet.
Oh, dude,
it's on my list of shit to do.
Dude, watch. Okay, you can go without. You can go without working with Bigfoot. 4 short stories in that one. Although they do reference it in the regular books, like whenever he is working for, Arcleon.
Yes.
With the Holy Grail, okay? Mm-hmm. They discuss River Shoulders, the Bigfoot that Harry works for. It discusses him.
Okay,
so
I
it's like,
this.
So, they do reference all that stuff. And actually storyline too in Side Jobs, they reference it in some of the books, So, which is funny, it's one of them things that, it's not an independent type of a story. It really is meant to be part of it, and really with most of these stories too, it's actually one of the interesting side notes, that they were, most of these were written as a, how would I word that? Like an introduction to the next book that's coming out, I guess you'd say it, which I thought was pretty kick-ass. And actually, the very first Dresden book is in Side Jobs. The very first one that he wrote in college as a student.
No shit.
Yep. The very first one when he first meets Karen Murphy and he's working for the dude from Ragged Angel Investigations. Mm-hmm. That story is the first story in Side Jobs.
Okay, I have to get that now.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty kick-ass. And, of course, I'm reading this story. Actually, I'm listening to it from Audible because I'm a truck driver. I got all the time in the world to listen to shit when I'm driving down the road.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've heard it all. And I'm just like, I'm listening to it. I'm like, he's talking about Karen. That's Karen Murphy. That's Karen Murphy. It's Karen Murphy. I'm like, that is awesome. I was excited about it.
And if you don't already know, Karen Murphy is the shit.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Amazing
Karen
woman.
Murphy is absolutely amazing. But, there's just so much crap that they throw into this. And it's just, it really is an amazing book. And I am going to go ahead and, how do you feel about taking a quick break?
Yeah, what the hell?
Okay, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, one of the things that I want to, kind of go over with you is, character ideas as far as who I would love to see play the different characters in the books. And I know we've kind of discussed this with different characters, and we definitely agree wholeheartedly and 100% on who we think would make an absolute amazing Harry Dresden.
And if you have any ideas, give us a shout. We're open to hearing them.
Heck yes. That call-in number, I will give that to you when we get back. Music. Here we go. Woohoo! Couple minutes, guys. Be right back. All right, we are back for this live episode of the Dresden word that goes in there that my mind just did a good fart on. All right. Anyway, our call-in number, if you want to call in and give a little bit of 2 cents on whom you think would be amazing for this, telephone number is 217-917-4405. Again, that is 217-917-4405. Phone lines are open. Of course they are. You're not hearing anybody right now, are you? Well, me, but I don't count. Anyway, all right. So what I want to go through now is, talk about some of the characters whom we think would be absolutely amazing for this role. And hey, even some of them as a why. So, all right, the first character, the head guy, the man himself, Harry Dresden.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Exactly. I'm sure everybody knows whom this man is, but just in case you don't.
He plays Doctor Strange in the Marvel movie.
Oh, yes, Doctor Strange. He was in...
Sherlock.
Yes, he was of course he is, Sherlock Holmes in Sherlock. He was also in the Star Trek movie as Khan, which was very awesome. Very good job in that movie. But, what else has he played in? Did you see anything else on there? Or was you looking? Or
I was trying to find the guy. I could not think of the actor's name who I wanted to portray Morgan. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Netflix show Salem about the old witch trials, the satanic witches that were running it. The guy who played the magistrate, John Hale, found his name finally on Google, was Xander Berkeley, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's kind of a dick, and he's kind of the guy I imagined when I first started reading these books that would be a good Morgan.
Right. I can't say as if this guy is familiar to me. I might have to...
Let me get you a picture.
Yeah, give me a picker. I like pickers. I might not remember a face, but I'll definitely remember a picker. No, wait. I said that totally wrong. I might not remember a name to go with the face, but I'll remember the face. And I might even remember a character name, too. Or two or three. Let me see here.
That's him from Salem.
Yeah, I know this guy. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I've seen him in. I mean, he's played a... I can't really say as if I've seen him as like a leading role in anything. I've more or less seen him in supporting roles in movies, but he does an amazing job.
That's basically what he does in Salem, too, is a good supporting antagonist.
Good supporting actor. Yeah. All right, the next guy I want to cover is Bob. Bob the Skull. Yes.
Loves his romance novels, and
he is a dirty little
very
pervert.
Perverted little spirit of intellect.
He is a dirty little pervert.
But he's full of so much knowledge. He's been passed down from all kinds of different wizards and generations, and now he's with Harry.
Mm-hmm. And he actually dates back to Kindler.
Yes.
Yes. That is a...
when he was used for the dark arts.
Uh-huh. And most of that crap actually came from him when Harry resurrected the spirit of the dinosaur and put him in Sue.
Yes.
That was very
That is
cool.
one of my all-time favorite memorable moments from that series is when he's riding a skeletal dinosaur in the streets of Chicago.
Yes. Yelling at he had the National Guard on the streets and whatnot, and there's a part of it where he runs into it, runs over the building. He's like, I can imagine that guy trying to explain that to a CEO, and I'm like, yes.
Dresden he's a smart-ass, sarcastic asshole, but he is definitely somebody I could see myself being best friends with.
Oh, hell yeah. That man is out there. I kid you not. So Bob the Skull, the person whom I had in mind for this, and I've seen him in, Wimbledon. He was in A Knight's Tale. He was in the Iron Man movies. He's been in the Avengers movies. He was in the Da Vinci Code.
Yes.
He was in that. He played Cyrus in that. And, of course, we are talking about Paul Bettany. And this man, especially considering he was also the voice of Jarvis, and considering that Bob, for the most part, he's a talking skull.
Basically, he's a spirit that his home is the skull. He lives in that.
Yep, he is a talking skull, and I mean there is a couple episodes where he. You see him in a spiritual body. Because
Dresden can release him from time to time to carry out errands and do recon missions and stuff, so long as Bob returns before the sun comes up.
Oh yeah, he gives him those boundaries, because otherwise he hears about
oh Lord, Bob will be in strip
How
clubs
are you doing? Hold on a second. What are you doing? Get up here.
I'm using your bathroom. I have a friend here, so...
Oh, you have to pee?
Can you use your bathroom also?
Oh, well, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Just so you know, we're live on the air talking about you peeing.
Oh my God. You were talking about... Okay, so how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Freaking Lord, it's hot up here.
It is hot up here. I'm hot as hell. Oh, I hijacked another car.
I was like, if people are in this house.
No, it's at work.
So I was like, if nobody's here, I don't think they'll care if I use the bathroom. I'm leaving.
Okay. Go for it. Slight visitor, a little bit of a distraction.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Moving on now.
But yeah, Paul Bentley, and he is somebody whom, just hearing his voice and whatnot as Jarvis, because and truth be told, until I started actually kind of looking into the character more, I didn't realize that was actually his voice.
I didn't
Jarvis.
either.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I was actually kind of shocked. I wasn't expecting that at all. All right, moving on. This Molly Carpenter.
I love Molly.
Molly is absolutely an amazing
She is the one-woman
character.
rave.
Yes, she is. What this woman can do is wow.
Dresden's magic kind of is more in the brute force tactics, while Molly, her specialty is illusions.
Yes, she
and
does.
Fucking with you in subtle ways.
She does illusion. She does mind magic is what she can get into, and she's one of them people that in a matter of speaking, she scares Dresden in a lot of different ways.
Quite a bit.
He doesn't really allude to that very much, but you can definitely tell by just some of the things that's popped out of his mouth.
She's
and
got
that,
some powers
his inner
that
monologue.
he does not.
Yeah. Just
some
of
pretty
that
deadly things.
Yeah, some of that inner monologue, though, it's like, yeah, he's afraid of her, and a person whom I thought would be amazing for her. And of course, there's only one downside of this, and I mean, I'm just going to be honest and just lay this out here before I even mention her name, and that is, Molly Carpenter. She's got some tig old bitties.
She's a very well endowed woman.
Yes, she's got a rack on her. She has a figure that does not quit. She is tall. She's skinny. She's blonde. She's got big boobs.
That's good timing.
It's just that was very good. That wasn't even
playing.
Yeah, that was amazing. Boobs. I love boobs.
Boobs are awesome.
The person whom I had in mind for this, and I think, there's several that I have in mind for her. One of which being Molly Quinn.
Yes.
She is she's an actress that plays the daughter of Castle in the hit TV series Castle. And of course she's also redhead, which is another downfall. But it's like, hey, I can put up with that. But I think, just seeing how she is in this movie with her upbeatedness and whatnot that she's done in Castle. I thought I heard something.
I did too.
Dead silence.
Awkward.
Okay, anyway, who cares? If they want to speak, they can come up. I don't care. Anywho, but yeah, I mean, just how her character is in that movie, or at least in the beginning stages of Castle, how she is very much like whom, Molly Carpenter is in the beginning stages of the Dresden Files. So, that's an aspect that, would definitely be very kick-ass. Of course, another person whom I think would be also very amazing in that role.
Sophie Turner.
Oh, is that what her
Molly.
name is?
You talking about Sansa?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that is Sophie Turner. She plays Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones and made a kick-ass Jean Grey in the new X-Men series. They could not have picked a better person for a young Jean Grey.
Dude, I kid you not, all right? Whenever I seen that movie, and especially looking at the role of... How you doing? Come on up!
He's using your bathroom. It's not how you
Oh, okay, he's your boyfriend. I haven't met him yet. Should I ask him some of my,
I really
you
don't
know?
want to because he heard you guys talking.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, good. We've already started
did he
for
get?
life.
Did he get scared? Huh?
Who's that gonna talk
Whomever's listening.
We're live on radio.
How you doing?
to? Did they hear me talking about how I have feet?
Yes,
Yeah,
they're hearing everything right
Yeah,
now.
they can hear you a little bit. Yeah, I can hear you in the headphones.
So, thanks for letting me use your bathroom. I'm
Oh,
gonna
you're
go.
welcome. Ow! That hurt. I did not mean to do that. Yeah. Nice seeing you, Heavy.
Nice to meet you, Ting. I don't talk to you
Good
guys
seeing you too.
anymore.
Bye, Felicia.
I'm around anymore. Oh, he's out. Yeah, he's out. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye-bye now. Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. I was going to say that.
She did it. Happy Hanukkah. All right. So, anywho, Sansa, yes. So, whenever I seen her, I was really, I was very reserved on her, being, Jean Grey, because, I seen her performance, and it was not that she did a bad job, but it was just the character that she played as Sansa Stark. I was like, no.
I was ecstatic from the start because I loved her as Sansa Stark, and she just looks like what you would think a young Jean Grey would look like.
Right.
And I think she pulled it off pretty well in the movies, and they will be making a Dark Phoenix saga where we'll get to see her.
Really? Yeah,
Yes.
and that is
And I'm excited about that. Sophie
is-
Turner has said she's down for playing it, and it's
Oh,
in the
rock
makes by
on.
2018.
Oh, fuck yeah. See, I haven't heard any of that yet. Oh, nice. Thank you for bringing the news. But yeah, whenever I seen her, and when I seen the trailers, this was before I even seen the movie, just when I seen the trailer itself, okay? Now, the scene, of course, is, she starts walking out of that house whenever the front of it gets ripped off of it, okay?
Oh, dude.
Oh, you want to talk about, like, just my heart is starting to boil. I'm, like, standing up at this point. I didn't go to theaters and see it. I don't think I did. Did I see it in theaters? No, I did not.
We went and saw it in theaters. But
Yeah, but I didn't. I saw it at home, and I'm like, I stood up. I'm like, yes!
I had a joygasm when she's walking out in midair like that, and the professor's just, Jane, use your mind, and she just fucking phoenixes out, and I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Fan moment.
You see her just...
Mind you, I'm gayer than a bag of dicks, too, but damn, that was just awesome.
Yes. She walks out, and this is one of the aspects of it, too, that impressed the holy motherfucking hell out of me. Because she is walking out. She's doing this entire thing in the professor's mind.
Yes, which was even more incredible.
And she is doing it in life. So, she's doing this in two separate places, completely separate from each other. She walks out, and then she's walking on thin air, and then it's just like,
Flames
the look
burst out.
The look of "I will fuck you up" on her face. I'm like, yes, and that's why I totally agree with you on her. She would make an amazing Molly Quinn or
Yes.
Molly Carpenter. Sorry,
Back to the actress's name.
back to
yeah.
the actress. Yeah, but she would make an amazing Molly Carpenter.
Absolutely.
Because of that attitude, that
I will
that
fuck
gumption.
you up face.
Oh, exactly. Because that's one of them things. Now Molly really doesn't have that in the movies. Carpenter. That's not a
when
role.
she's the ragged lady, she's kind of...
But-
when you get to those, yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of one of the things that she kind of turns into because, she had to fill the void.
She thinks Dresden is dead, so she fills his
He
void.
kind of
and-
was. Ish. Yes. Yeah, it was a definite ish.
While he's watching this whole thing outside of his body, seeing what everybody's doing without him.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. Whenever I read that, okay, and then that whole getting shot thing falls in, I was like, "Are you got to be kidding me?"
I was too. My heart dropped.
Although I was not near as pissed about that as I was whenever Mouse got hit by the van.
I cried.
My heart stopped, dude. I kid you not. I'm driving down the highway and I go, "What?" I straight up yelled at the radio whenever it said that.
Dude,
I
I'll
was
tell you,
like,
I bawled my
"Oh."
eyes out from that one scene where they're on the island and they're hauling Michael away on the helicopter, thinking he's dead. He got so badly hurt, and I'm like, oh my God,
yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah. And that's one of them aspects, too, of, because I guess Jim Butcher's feedback that he got from him getting shot, people were just upset, like how why the hell did you let that happen to Carpenter, a man who would spent his life serving God, and now he gets shot and gets messed up in that manner. It's like, that's not, a what the hell kind of a thing.
Oh, and Charity was not.
Oh, yeah, not happy, And, but it's one of them things, though, too, that in reading Side Jobs, there is...
Oh, now I have to go home and download that.
Dude, I kid you not. There's so much shit in those books that it gives you a whole new appreciation for, one, Ms. Guard.
Yes.
Because there are things that they talk about on her, with who she is. Holy cow. Things about his relationship, which, and that's one of them things, too, that, his relationship with Charity.
That is one woman I had the utmost respect for until I thought she was a total bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Until I heard her story that she was actually a wizard herself.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh my God, woman. I understand entirely where you're coming from now. I get everything. I'm so sorry I thought you were a bitch.
And that's one of them things, too, that it was, it was a complete aspect of, it's like now you understand why Charity hated with a passion Harry.
Mind you, her husband, Michael, is a Knight of the Cross.
Yes.
Servant of God.
And of which case, just as an explanation, the Knights of the Cross, they have a nail from the actual crucifixion worked into the hilt of their sword. So obviously 3 nails, there are 3 knights.
Which are used for killing demons and zombies and all manner of the evil undead from hell. And
yes. And so, of course, their main goes against the Black Denarius, but we won't talk about them just yet.
Yeah, but you can only wield it if you have the utmost faith. Will it work for you?
Right, and this, oh my God.
When Butters turned it into a fucking lightsaber. Okay, so the sword was broke, and all that was left was just the hilt of it.
Just the hilt.
Butters, the nerd, geeky little guy, picks it up, and it just boom. Turns it, literally just the tip, turns into a fucking lightsaber.
I'm like, that is amazing! Oh, dude.
And this guy's weird as fuck. He has fucking bass drums and tubas and shit. Really into polka. Total fucked up nerd, but he plays a good part in there, and you gotta love the little guy.
Oh yeah, that little guy, dude. Polka
will never die.
Oh yes, guys. And that's the thing too, that one of the aspects of these movies that I did definitely books that I really wanted to hint upon was that again I was I didn't want to give him the time of day at first, at all, because I just, it's a wizard thing. I mean, come on. I don't need to stuff my head with a bunch of bullshit.
It is not your stereotypical wizard shit. This is not
at all.
Gandalf. This is not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
This is something unlike you've ever seen before.
Definitely. But I mean, it's got comedy in it. It's got humor. I mean, all kinds of freaking humor.
Heartbreak
I mean, just an amazing drama. I mean, they talk about a bunch of different life lessons. I mean, come on, you got, you have honest Christianity views getting brought into a pagan type of a religion thing with all kinds of things coming together. I mean, it really is. It's a series for everybody. It brings a lot of things to the table. And it truly does bring an honesty to being a wizard, to as a Christian and faith in the church of that type of nature.
Absolutely.
It really does bring a lot of honesty to it. And that's one of the things that totally especially when you're talking about Charity and Michael Carpenter and Father Forthill. I mean, it brings so much to it that is just absolutely amazing. So
almost getting a little teary-eyed.
We got a couple more characters we want to get to, but before we get there, we're going to take a slight break, and then we got maybe a handful more that we got to, Karen Murphy. We got to get to Karen Murphy. You know what? Let's go ahead and do Karen Murphy right quick. Screw it. Why not? Karen Murphy, the one who plays the cop. She is
short, blonde, and just
like
full of sass.
5 foot. Oh yeah, like what?
Full
5'4".
Oh yeah,
full of spit and vinegar, as some would say. And of course, and this kind of goes back to Molly Quinn being Molly Carpenter, one of the people whom I thought would just be amazing in this role. And it's also kind of, in a matter of speaking, the same type of role that she has in the TV series that I seen her in, and that was what's her name? Stana Katie, the gal who plays Detective Kate Beckett in Castle. You know, so I mean, she already plays a person whom, you know, has a, you know, with somebody whom shadows her and amuse whatever, you know, a consultant type of a thing in the police force. So, you know, and then she is full of spit and vinegar and mean when she has to be mean, and she is just, you know, she leans on Castle and everything else, and it's just, I think she would also be amazing in that role, you know. And I really didn't have any other people whom I even thought of on that one. I mean,
I like that one. I do, because it was going to be hard for me myself to picture the perfect Karen Murphy out of the one that I had in my mind, and I kind of got to agree with that one. I think she could pull it off.
Yeah. Now, granted, she's got the wrong hair color for it.
Yeah, she'd have to be a blonde, but she's got the blue eyes.
She's got the blue eyes. She's got the height thing. I think her height is pretty well right there with the height of Karen Murphy.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's already done all that, you know. And, of course, Harry with Cumberbatch, you know, because Harry is tall, skinny, dark, chiseled, you know, just, yeah. So, all right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, that's right. All right, and we're back.
Hey.
Welcome to the Ho Ho Show. I am your host, Ho Ho, joined with a special guest, host of Pheonix Radio, John.
Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Fabulous.
All right, so a couple more characters we're going to get into right quick. Let's see. Billy Borden, I've got Clark Duke. He's the guy that played the younger kid in Hot Tub Time Machine. You know, I mean, if he was a little bit more beef in that one, like his facial, you know, his face is perfectly described as that, yeah. I actually don't have anybody in mind for, like, Waldo Butters,
I cannot find anybody who matches my mental image of Butters.
Yeah, so he's kind of a little bit difficult for me. Charity Carpenter, I had a good one. I don't remember who I had,
don't
though.
either, but she was epic.
Yeah, she was perfect. Like, actually, I'd almost go with, like, Jodie Foster.
Yeah,
but except Jodie Foster isn't quite tall enough, though.
No.
You know, but Jodie Foster would be perfect for that. You know. But really, Jodie Foster, that's... Yeah, I would actually almost have to go with Jodie Foster
I wouldn't
on that.
complain with that.
Yeah, okay.
I have Angelina Jolie for the role of Leah. This is Dresden's fairy godmother, the Leannan she.
Yes, the fairy godmother. Yes, but
you heard that correct. But she is not your fairy typical godmother.
No. This is not that
this
type
bitch is
of
evil.
But
I love her.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Some of the shit that she does and pulls off is what I was like. Are you kidding me, woman? You know,
it was about changes that I kind of fell in love with her. Book 13.
Yeah. And I like whenever she's like in the very beginning, you know, how, you know, what she did. And it's like, well, with like, you know, with Amarachius,
yes,
what she did to that, you know, trying to turn Harry into a hound, you know, it's like.
Oh, she pulled some bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's a fae. Fae do things like that.
Pull the bullshit. That's what, you know, that's her purpose in life is to pull all kinds of bullshit. So, but yeah.
But she's kind of portrayed as sexy and busty, and I think Angelina Jolie has the perfect voice and figure body and just acting in general to be able to pull off Leah.
Oh, yeah. Another one of the main characters in here is Michael Carpenter. And I had the idea of Gerald Butler. You know, the guy that was in, you know, the guy that played King Leonidas in 300. He's been in a lot of different movies, but with him in that role, because that's one of the things with Michael is it's like he is built like a brick shit house.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, oh, yes. You know, so there's a lot other ones I don't have anybody for, you know, like Susan Rodriguez.
Nicodemus, this guy, I don't know why my mind chose this, but from the second he was mentioned in the books, my mind went to Ray Liotta.
Absolutely. You know, he was in Hannibal. He was in
Wild Hogs.
Right. He was in the Get Shorty, I think. You know, he was in that one. He's actually been in quite a few different movies. Ewan McGregor, I had him in mind for somebody, but I don't remember who I had him in mind for.
I know, because we talked about this at my house, and I don't remember why.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor.
Who the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Damn it
all to hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't remember who. Okay, Ancient Mai. Who was your person you had for her?
I don't actually know the actress's name. I could probably Google it real quick. But if you guys have ever watched any of the Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, The Defenders, the Marvel Netflix's Marvel series, she plays Madame Gao, one of the fingers of the hand. She's a very bad bitch. And Ancient Mai is an old Chinese wizard. She's one of the High Council people. Very stern woman. And if you've seen Madame Gao, you know who I'm talking about from the Marvel series. That one, spot on.
Yeah.
For her.
Absolutely.
Who did you have for Injun Joe? You had a good one.
Oh, I did too. I mean, if I actually thought at the time I was going to do a radio show,
we should have wrote this down when we had this conversation.
Because we had so many of these guys like put down out there to an absolute T, and it was like a holy crap and wow type of thing. Another one that what's his name? A person whom I had for Sonya.
Okay.
The Black Knight.
Yes.
Okay. I had him as Aldous Hodge. Now, the name you're probably not going to get, but allow me to, the TV series Leverage.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
The black guy, he did, what was it? Artisan. Yes, that was his name in that show. Yes. He's not quite as buff. You know, he doesn't have the body mass that they describe what Sonya is having, but the man is actually pretty cut, though.
I could see him doing it.
Oh, yeah, and I know he can do accents and whatnot, because that's one of the things with Sonya is he does have a Russian, a little bit of a Russian accent, and I've heard Aldous Hodge do Nigerian accents. He did that in, what was that? Actually, Castle. He was in Castle with... he played a supporting role in that one, and he had a Nigerian accent in that one. So you had a good Lloyd Slate too, didn't you?
Who?
No, not Lloyd Slate. Donald Morgan. You had a good Donald Morgan. You know, that dude that was in that one show.
Yeah, that one show.
You know, with that girl. You know, the girl that did the thing with the guy. You know, the guy.
You are so descriptive when it comes to movies. Shiro, the Japanese knight.
You know, yeah.
Old dude from Kill Bill that's always stroking his beard in Kill Bill Volume 2. That taught her everything she knew. For the Japanese Knight of the Cross. Shiro?
Shiro, yeah. Oh.
Could see him possibly pulling that off.
I would actually almost like to see, like, not Jackie, no, that's your foot, we're playing footsie again. Like Jackie Chan, but like, I mean, he was, you know, but I mean, you know, like, I think of somebody who's a little bit smaller, kind of, you know, almost like a Yoda version of the Knights of the Cross. Ooh, yes. Is kind of who I picture as whom Shiro was, because Shiro is, you know, he's old and decrepit until it's time to fight, and then the man is just kick-ass and as fluid as water.
Basically a Yoda.
Yeah, he's basically the Yoda version of the Knights of the Cross, and yeah. So you know what, guys? That's I'm going to go ahead and call it quits on this episode. You know, I truly do invite you guys to, you know, read the series, and, you know, you'll get a lot out of it. There is so much awesome, amazing stuff in
here. You will laugh, you will cry.
It's a good time. You'll get mad, you'll be happy, you know, all in the same pants.
Phrasing, boom.
I'm not quite right, I know. And the next episode that we will be doing here in about a half hour, we're going to take a half-hour break for doing this, and we're going to be doing another show on Religion Ho-Ho's Way.
This one I'm so excited about.
The Sunday version, or the Sunday Harry Dresden edition, live in the attic. And that's going to be a pretty good show too, guys. So I definitely invite you to tune in on Religion Ho-Ho's Way, and we will be starting that one in 27 minutes at 700. No, I used like it 1900 hours Central Time. That's 7 p.m. for those of you that don't do military time.
I mean, I don't, but
yeah. I mean, my watch says it's 1833 right now.
Mine says 6:33.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, rock on, guys. I definitely, you know, invite you to come over to that one. And
first book is Full Moon, Fool Moon.
No, Stormfront.
Stormfront. Yes, my bad.
The second one is Full Moon.
That's right, Stormfront. First book, Jim Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. There is about 14 books in this series, and it is
15.
not over.
Well, 17 if you want to count the two collections.
Yeah, and we are still waiting on Peace Talks.
Is that book 16?
Last book that has not been brought out yet. It's been a couple of years since I finished this series, and we're still waiting on the last book to come out. Yeah,
the last book is, you know, they say it's on the way. We really haven't heard anything on it.
No news yet, but if we know something, you'll know.
Oh, hell yeah, I'll definitely put that out there.
And I will take a day off work to sit there and read that.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, it is also available on, you know, Amazon. It's available on Kindle as a you know, a digital download. It is also available on Audible, and I definitely recommend the Audible part. You know, I'm a fan of Audible. I'm a truck driver, and that's one of the things that does very much impress me with the Audible book is the gentleman who narrates it. His name is John Marsters. Yes, that sounds really close. And he does an absolutely amazing job. I mean, he narrates it. He doesn't just read it. He narrates it. He adds, you know, the different, you know, tones in his voice for doing different characters. I mean, he really does an absolute amazing job.
Keeps things interesting.
He very much does. You know, keeps you wanting to come back for more. And it's hard to shut off once you get going in it, too. So, all right, guys, small break. And when we return, it will be Religion Ho-Ho's Way. Actually, I take that back. Not a small break. I mean, this show is over.
Sorry, guys.
That's right. Yep. Sorry. You know, it's been real. It's been fun. Y'all have an absolute great time. Yeah. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.